Well,
plus,
sure, but that's besides the point. I mean,
yeah. But I every now and then, like when somebody like curses on the phone with me, it's usually just like a joking manner, like, "Hey, can you fucking believe these idiots that are driving down the road today?" I'm like,
well,
yeah, which it's fine. I could care less.
but I mean, if someone's giving you shit, you don't really have the authority to just be like, I don't need to take this. I'm going to hang up on your ass, kind of deal.
No, I have to take it.
That sucks.
I have to take it.
That sucks. I
Um,
at least have the ability to bail,
yeah,
which is nice.
yeah.
So I got that going for me.
Gungala, gunga, which
Which means when you answer cell phones or when you answer phones, you don't have to take shit from anybody, and you can hang up on them.
which means on your deathbed, you will still receive calls from listeners.
And they will still be 5 minutes late.
So then I had another guy call up and chew me out because he thought the contest wasn't fair.
Wasn't fair.
He thought the contest wasn't fair. Like there were two
Probably
people.
the same guy.
Well, no, it was two people that called up and thought the contest wasn't fair. The first guy was like, this is absolute bullshit because I listen to the ZLX. I have it on the radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I listen to you guys all the time, and you're essentially paying somebody that could just be listening to you guys for 5 minutes. And I'm like, well, A, there's no way to verify how long people have been listening. Like you say, that you're listening 24 hours a day, but there's no way to verify that. Like, we don't have somebody that's like coming to your house and like just seeing like, oh, okay, yeah, he does have the radio on us for 24 hours a day. Like, okay, he's in.
Excuse me, sir. Are you sleeping or are you listening to WZLX? ZLX. Okay, just checking.
Yeah, just mumbles off to sleep again. Like ZLX.
Seriously, if you're listening to any radio station 24/7, you need to find a better hobby. Quick.
Well, no, that's fine. I mean, if you're working a lot or whatnot, and you're driving home and what have you, or you put the radio on in the kitchen, like, all right, I get that, but
Yeah.
24 hours a day, I think is a little much.
Yeah.
So the guy bitched me out about that, and he's like, well, I'm going to call the higher ups and report this because I think this is fucking stupid. The only thing I can say is, okay.
That's where you go bad Santa on him, and you're like, go ahead. You think you could screw up my life any worse? Go the fuck ahead.
See, I would love like 1 day a week, like just 1 day a week, just absolutely have the ability to just be like all like clerkish on them,
Yeah. Oh man, I've often said that I want to start my own call center where it's just like, I don't know if you've ever been to, I've never been to, but I've heard of Dick's Last Resort in Boston, where the idea is that, they treat you badly, the wait staff.
Yeah.
I want to have a call center that's basically the same thing. Like, you call, but you're just going to get shit from them. Like, yeah. or at least have the ability to give shit back. Like, well, it says it's free. Well, actually, if you could read, you fucking moron, it says that it doesn't. So, I just wish that would be in existence.
Yeah, but like the funniest thing is, like, whenever I answer the phone, it's always like, ZLX, just telling people, like, hey, you've reached WZLX. That's like the short way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, I always get, yeah, is this WZLX?
No.
And then you just hear this thing over the phone going. Just me, like, just slapping myself in the head, like, fucking really? Again?
I hate that, man.
Yeah, but, like,
just don't pay attention.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, they listen, but they don't listen. That's probably the best way to put it.
See, this is hilarious. You're giving people shit for not paying attention. You didn't read the package of the chicken.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to keep going back to that fucking package of chicken.
Oh, my God, I'm going to kill you. Like, you didn't read the warning on my knife label, Bruce. But yeah, there was another guy that actually, like, ripped me a new asshole over the phone because he thought the contest wasn't fair. And I was kind of intrigued. I said, well, how do you think it's not fair? And he goes, well, he's like, how do you sign up for this thing? He's like, I want to sign up for it. I said, all right, man, you got to go to WZLX.com and then, click on the contest tab and, all the information will be right there. He's like, well, I don't have a computer. And I'm just like, oh, boy, here we go. I said, well, is there any chance you can head over to a public library or, do you know someplace in the vicinity, like a neighbor or, a friend of yours that has a computer? He's like, no, he's like, no, none of my friends are, they're smart with computers or anything like that, and I don't want to go to a library. I was like, Ryan, really? Like,
dude, I think it was like 10 years ago that 80% of Americans owned a computer. Like, seriously? Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, now there's pretty much as commonplace as a friggin' wallet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find a computer somewhere. Stop somebody who has a smartphone and go, hey, can I borrow that?
Yeah.
Well, jeez, it's not hard, man.
Chances are you got a friend that has a computer, so you could do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he proceeds to just rip me a new asshole because it's not fair because he doesn't have a computer. And I'm sorry, man. Like, statistics say a lot of, like, almost everybody in America has a friggin' computer or smartphone or some way to access the internet to do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, smartphone sales right now outweigh non-smartphone sales. Like, pretty much everybody who's buying a phone these days has a smartphone. I think even you have a smartphone, don't you?
I do, sir. I have a Samsung Galaxy Nexus.
Yeah, even people who were sort of, slow to get started in the whole smartphone thing, that includes myself. I didn't get a smartphone until kind of late in the game, too. That's kind of all you can get nowadays. If you walk into a cell phone place, you're not going to really see quote-unquote dumb phones. It's going to be like, oh, well, here's the iPhone, here's an Android, here's a Windows phone. Like, oh, do you have any, phones that just make calls and text? No. Well, actually we do, but, we scrape them off the floor from, some Chinese fucking factory, so
yeah,
can't warranty them,
Well, no, nowadays it's pretty much going to be like, well, yeah, we have those phones, but they also send text messages, and there's a camera right here, and they access the internet, it plays music, and...
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, I remember going to Verizon getting the new phone, and like they still have like the flip phones with the large buttons for like the elderly and whatnot.
Yeah.
Freaking so. I'm telling you, man.
We're dumbing down everything.
We are, America.
And what do you think happens as a result?
You eat bad chicken and it's somebody else's fault. America.
You end up carrying around Pepto-Bismol like this motherfucker right here.
Yep. The blood in my veins is going to be pink by the end of the day.
Boy, you must be a big Bret Hart fan. You're bleeding pink now. Jeez.
Yeah, thankfully it's not black.
Yeah, good thing.
If my blood was black, I think that would be kind of bile-ish, right?
Yeah, you get bigger problems.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be alive.
You get bigger problems than digestive problems if you're bleeding black.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd be doing is like outside your door, kind of like just scratching at the door, like. You look at the little peephole, and like, there's me as a walker.
And I'm just like snigdy snoing.
And you're just like, and you're looking around the apartment, and you're like, shit, I've got nothing to combat this motherfucker with. Like, I don't have a sword, I don't have guns, I don't even have a Hyundai.
I don't even have a 2013 Honda. Shit, what do I do?
Motherfucker.
I got a back scratcher. That's what I'd do. I got this metal back scratcher I'm looking at right now. That's what I'd go at you with, man. This thing could be lethal after, I don't know, 100 hits.
I don't know. I would try and make the zombie apocalypse like as fun for me as possible. Like I would go out to like a sporting goods store and get like a cricket bat. Just get all Shaun of the Dead on them.
Nice.
Yeah. So well, before we sign off, we do have to mention something that we didn't mention last week because of the holiday and whatnot. Was the passing of Paul Bearer. It happened a while ago, but that was kind of sad, man. Like I saw that, and I was like, oh man, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah,
that sucks. I don't remember what happened. I think he was sick. He came down with something like in the last few days there before he actually like passed.
That. Yeah. I want to say it was like a heart disease, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Something. So,
very tragic, though.
Incredibly tragic. Because I remember like growing up and watching the guy as a kid.
And, yeah, like I remember like when Undertaker debuted and he had Brother Love as his manager for a while, but then finally they got it because Brother Love was okay as a manager, but it didn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And then they finally brought in Paul Bearer, and it was like, oh, thank God, now this character is a lot more respectable,
Yeah.
And I think at that point, that's when I became a bigger Undertaker fan, is when they had Paul Bearer, because Paul Bearer did the talking for him basically, and that was way better than Undertaker talking for himself. Then he just had to be like, rest in peace. Meanwhile, Paul Bearer's like,
oh yes, here comes the dead man.
Yeah, like building it up and shit, and then like to contrast his like liveliness and over the in peace, like the Batman before Batman was Batman the way he is now.
Well, yeah, but
But yeah, man, Paul Bear, and also I think we should mention Reed Flair too.
Yeah, man. Like
Ric Flair's son. That is really sad, man. Especially because that happened like not long after you pointed out that "I'm the Woo" thing to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I was kind of on like a Ric Flair kick. I showed that to Liz, and I was like, "Isn't this annoying but funny?" And she's like, "Yeah, it is. Stop playing it."
She's like, "You're sleeping on the couch tonight."
She actually found it kind of creepy, which I can agree with. It's kind of creepy.
But yeah, just the look on Ric Flair's face. Like, I fully agree with that. Especially he's like looking in the camera. He's just like, "Whoa."
But yeah, man, poor Rick and Reed. That they were supposed to like go on a they were supposed to like go on the road together like that weekend or starting that weekend, and ends up passing away from I would suspect an overdose. I mean, he was very young and he had problems with it in the past. So I don't know if it's officially been released, but man,
I don't know.
That sucks. Two big wrestling deaths in a very short time.
Yeah, man. I mean, that kind of sucks. Like, like I was never a big Ric Flair fan. I always thought he was just like, I don't know. I didn't think he was that great of a wrestler. Like the only thing that I thought was entertaining about it was when he'd do the Flair flop thing. Like I always found it was hilarious.
Yeah, he played a good villain.
Yeah,
but I wasn't really a fan of his style. But he kind of had really like he was kind of like Hogan. He has like 5 moves, you know.
Yeah, but like I was more of a fan of Paul Bearer. Like if we're comparing those two.
Oh yeah, definitely. Although I think Ric Flair was probably a little better on the mic than Paul Bearer was. But
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Ric Flair, just I don't know.
He always had the woo, but then again, Paul Bearer always had the oh yes. So.
Well, yeah. But I mean, Paul Bearer played that role so freaking well.
He did, especially because if you, I don't know if you know this, but apparently originally he used to do like a Bobby Heenan sort of angle where he was Percy Pringle. And he had like bleach blonde hair, and he used to be like the annoying, like the brain kind of character, you know, like the dirtbag.
Yeah.
And I think it was Heenan who actually recommended, like, no, you should do this instead, and it worked out. Like, you should dye your hair black and be like this mortician kind of character to go along with this Undertaker dude.
Yeah, but here's a little fun fact for you. As Percy Pringle, one of the superstars that he was actually a manager of.
I don't.
Was actually Steve Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a short time, yeah.
Was it? It wasn't in WWE, or WWF, was it?
No, I want to say it was like early WCW, I think.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't think he was Percy Pringle in WWF.
Either that or it was like on the independent circuit. I think at like the Dallas Sportatorium days, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like it would make more sense.
Yeah.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Did you know that The Undertaker had actually debuted, like, I think a few days before the Survivor Series that he actually debuted on, and he was called Kane the Undertaker?
Did not know that.
And he had black gloves, and then they changed it to just The Undertaker, and he debuted on Survivor Series.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
But, should be entertaining WrestleMania tonight. I will be
I'll definitely check out the results, because, I mean, Rock and Cena wrestling again.
Yeah, which, who didn't see that one coming?
Yeah, really.
It's once in a lifetime next year. Okay, fine, we'll do it, but we'll put a title on the line.
And the year after, and the year after. But it's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Fucking Vince McMahon.
Yeah, really. Yeah, man, so we'll check that out tonight. Bruce, you got anything to plug, man?
Well, you can always check out my shit here on From the Vaults. I just did a blues night the other day, which was pretty cool, which is kind of why I recommended or asked for Gary Hoey, because I got a lot of blues on my mind. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Check out Get Up by Ben Harper and Charlie Musselwhite.
Shut up.
Check out Get Up by Ben Harper and Charlie Musselwhite as well, because it's a great album.
Will do, man. I forget who it is already. Yeah, you can check our friends out over on the Mike and Billy Show. You can search for them on Spreaker. They're on iTunes. There's some other website they're on. I can't friggin' remember what it is at the moment. But you can
We'll
search.
eventually be on iTunes when Apple decides that we're not too explicit anymore.
Wait, there's this thing as too explicit for iTunes?
Well, apparently when you don't mark it as explicit, that's deemed too explicit. So.
Well,
That'd do it,
Well, what the fuck?
I don't know. Fucking Apple.
This is what it must be like for like a television producer working for Fox. like what the hell? We can't get shit done because it's such a horrible network.
Oh man.
Oh shit, man. So Yeah, so check out our friends Mike and Billy over on the Mike and Billy Show.